Greetings, friends, and welcome to Captain Samuel's Debbie Does Dallas meets All Quiet on the Western Front. It's for Texas and Zed. First published in 1976, it's by United Statesian author Zach Hughes. The genre is space opera with elements of erotica. The universe is divided up into two factions, the Cassiopeans and the Empire. The Cassiopeans are basically space communists, and the Empire are basically space capitalists. The only free planet in the universe is planet Texas, which was settled by Texans from Earth, and its location is isolated and a closely guarded secret. Much of the book compares and contrasts Texas society with the Empire. Texican people are free. The Empire puts chips in the brains of people to monitor them. Texican people eat fresh steak. Empire people swallow pills, which expand in the gut to provide satiety. Texicans are engineering and weapons experts. The Empire uses outdated starships and weapon technology. Texican men are strapping lads. Empire men are withered weenies with colds. Texican women are, oh boy, we'll get to that later. So a young Texican named Lex accompanies his father on a trip to start a trade deal with the Empire. Texican steak for Empire metals. On the trade trip, a sexy Empire diplomat seduces Lex. She has sex with him so she can pry the location of planet Texas out of him, and he has sex with her so he can have sex with her. The sex is so sizzling with juicy meat sauce that Lex kidnaps this diplomat and smuggles her back to planet Texas. Turns out, oops, this diplomat is the Emperor's cousin. This starts a domino effect that eventually leads to all-out war between planet Texas, the Empire, and the Cassiopeans. Now planet Texas, with a fleet of about 1,000 small ships, has to face down two powerful space fleets, both with about 100 million battle cruisers each. So what did I think about this book? Well, this book is drenched in eroticism. Every woman in the book has a thin waist, huge boobs, and is randy for Lex's big beef sausage. It's got sexy forbidden women, sexy teachers, sexy widows, sexy nurses, sexy presidents, and sexy sex workers. But wait, there's more. It also includes big penis jokes and a scene where two Texican cowboys wrestle naked and sweatily on the beach. And it's kind of implied that they lassoed each other's cowpokes. Not quite sure what that means. Now, I'm fine with eroticism in books, and in fact, I actually prefer it to graphic violence. But I think in some instances, the book took it too far and it was in poor taste. Lex drugs the Empire diplomat and carries her off in a sack, and later it's implied that she enjoys being raped, and obviously that's not okay. The Texicans also practice embryonic eugenics to make sure every Texican is tall, strong, and healthy. And as far as I could tell from my reading of the book, there aren't any dark-skinned Texicans, so that's not cool either. In a way, this book actually kind of reminds me of The Iron Dream by Norman Spinrad, but without the self-aware, allegorical political commentary. There are also a lot of plot holes. This isn't really a book that holds up to literary scrutiny. And then at the end, after all this T&A, there's this sudden tonal shift. The book becomes about the costs of war, how violence changes a person forever, and that what's lost can never be recaptured. Now, for the first 90% of the book, I could have sworn it was going to end with Lex jumping out of orbit into a swimming pool full of naked Texican babes. But no, the ending is somber and full of loss and grief. Now, despite all that, a core component of a book is whether or not it is entertaining, and this book was extremely entertaining. Texas in space is such a wacky, imaginative concept, and the action and tension were really well done. This was a well-done space opera, I thought. It reads a lot like Harry Harrison's Planet Story, which I also reviewed on this channel, and enjoyed that quite a bit too. So, I feel a little guilty about it, but I'm going to give For Texas and Zed 4 stars out of 5. Now, should you read it? I don't know. It's not for everyone. I think I described what's in it pretty accurately, so I'll let you make your own decision on that one. And I will say that Isaac Asimov, this ain't. Okay, hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. Texicans were on a first-name basis with bigness. It was a part of their heritage, and their folklore were stories about the original Texicans back on Earth. These two Texicans were out walking and came to a bridge over a river. Needing to relieve themselves, they halted, unzipped their flies, and proceeded. "Damn," said the first Texican, "that water is cold." "Sure is," said the second Texican, "and deep too, with rocks on the bottom." Wait, is it too late to increase my rating?